Oh, here it is. Oh, this is sick. The colors and the effects. Hey, that is some stuff right there. Yep, this is it. It's a solo leveling day. I'm so happy that this show is here right now at this current period in time, just filling in the gap for me after Jujutsu Kaisen and now waiting until the next season of Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia drop. It's just perfect and I'm really enjoying it, and last episode left us off with a couple of really interesting points, I think. So the first one is, what is the aftermath of this whole Kang situation? And again, shout outs to Juhi and Mr. Song for just being absolute homies. Two people I really hope Jinwoo continues to keep close to him as he potentially traverses this really dark path. Now that was a really cool theme over last episode. What direction is Jinwoo going down? Where is the system taking him? I really can't wait to find out. And then the other thing is pretty much the cliffhanger from last episode, right? Juhi bringing up the Essence Stone, kind of referencing, you know, the conversation they had in the Double Dungeon at the start of the season. And where is this gonna go? We know Juhi definitely cares about Jinwoo a lot, but with Jinwoo going down this path and you know, the whole solo, he's gonna do things by himself sort of thing. I wonder if he's gonna see this situation for what it potentially is or what he even thinks about it. But either way, it's all really interesting and I'm really keen to see what happens in this episode. Real quick before the episode here, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. It would really help me out and I'd really appreciate it. And if you feel like supporting the channel just a little bit more, no pressure here. I know I'm only a small channel, but there's a link to my Patreon down below. With all that being said, enjoy the video. One does not simply watch solo leveling without being caffeinated. Here we go, here we go. Ooh, what if she's thinking about going home? Ooh. She was noticing these things about him. Look at her eyes. I've been baited. I should have known. Yeah, she's gonna go home. Oh. Oh, wow. Hey, that's a good response from Jinwoo there. Well, this is such a wholesome interaction though. Oh, she turned around and she was sad. Hood goes up a little bit more. Wow, that happened. Damn. I want you to live a long life. That's an Attack on Titan quote, man. Yep, this is the next thing. He is S rank. He is S rank. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's just looking for him. Oh, I like this. They're too strong, man. They're too strong. Ooh. He said, good luck with that. He said, you better run. God damn. Straight to business. Ooh, you can unpack some things from there. So both of those things already addressed that I was talking about. So I'm definitely the type of person to sometimes tunnel on one idea. And I'm a big sucker for character pairings such as potentially Juhi and Jinwoo. So I was really keen to see if they actually ended up going out or something like that, but no. And I could tell straight away based off what Juhi was saying that she was probably thinking about retiring. But it was a really nice interaction. You could tell Juhi was a bit sad about it. I think Jinwoo's probably a little bit happy that maybe Juhi is going to be out of harm's way now that she's retired or is about to retire. But that's not how I expected that to go. But I'm always happy to be thrown off like that. And now with Wu as well, he doesn't believe that Jinwoo was capable of taking down Kang. How could he? He's still E rank. They proved he didn't have a second awakening. But here's the kicker. Huang's brother, Dong-Su, is confirmed S rank and he's after Jinwoo. I imagine that's what we're dealing with next. There's really a lot to talk about here and I'll save some of it for the discussion. Really interesting things to think about. Really fantastic cold open. We got a gate here, man. Oh, hello. These are the people. They're doing a raid together. Smart man. That's Gina's friend, for sure. We've seen her before. Yep. Yep, that's her. She reckons she could do a better job than Jinnu early on. That was when Jinnu was E rank. Yeah, this is what I thought they were gonna do. You wonder if all these other people are gonna snitch. Not that they know anything, but it's suspicious. Okay, well there it is. Jinho sorted it out. Ooh, I like this, I like this. That's cool. He's got Kang's stealth skill? That's so dope. So cool. Oh yeah, Jinho. Italian manufacturer. That looks dope. Oh. You're not gonna need it, man. Jin is gonna take care of everything. You don't even have to worry about getting hurt. He's like a turtle on his back right now. He's still got the helmet on. I like Jinho, man. But it would seem very fishy though, no? Even they're getting paid a lot. You can see this coming back to bite. At least Jinho, maybe Jinho as well in the future. Yeah, she's not there. She's at the raid, yeah. Song Yi, that's the one. Remember that. Yes, sir. Look at him. He's so chill. Ooh, you hear this? Ooh, they're really moving today. Damn, she's shook as well. Song Yi? Oh, it's just too easy now for Jinnu. Let's go. We're getting like a little montage with this song going on. I'm here for it. Ooh, I see the eyes, man. I love it. He's getting his levels, man. Jinnu's out here, man. Oh, we are moving right now. I'm gonna have to listen to the song in my own time. I like it. Scorpions and snakes. Look at all these levels he's getting. Oh, here we go. These wolves look scared, man. Oh. At the stealth? Yes, sir. Ooh, here we go. I've been waiting for something like this. For one of the skills to level up. Use it, use it, use it, use it. Ooh. Advanced dagger welding fatal strike? Oh, my man's getting pretty kitted up right now. I'm gonna have to pause and read that. He's already thinking about the demon castle. Between B and A, okay. He's still got some work to do. What? Oh, for what, for what, for what? A job change quest? As not a hunter, maybe? Right, this will be Jinnu and Jinho. Reaching the required level is so interesting. What does it mean? Here we go, Jinnu. See, it was never going to go unnoticed, right? Yeah, here we go, here we go. There, yep, there's something here, my man. Something's going on with him. And we know he hasn't, but it's the only logical explanation. Why did these people look so shook? Excellent. Ooh, job change. It's the episode title, isn't it? The captain, yes sir. Can I get the day off? I love it. They're listening, man. They're listening. What are we doing here? The insects, right? The island, maybe? Bake or choy? Choi. I have to unpack that. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. That's really interesting. Choi is also a really interesting character. The same dream. I don't know how to feel about him just yet. Ooh, this is very exciting too. So much going on in the show right now. White Tiger Guild's second admin team. They want him to join? Now, the White Tiger is that Bayek's guild, right? I wonder if Jinwoo will do this. I wonder if the levels matter more to him. If he gets more levels from this, he might change. Job change? Yeah. He's gonna say no, yeah. He doesn't know how much he's getting paid. Yo? My man's negotiating now. He said, I'm making bank. Shut him down, Jinwoo. I don't know if he had to give out all those details like that, but hey. Yeah, this is the question though. Stealth. No, he didn't, man. Well, he knows. Oh, that's sick. Very different side of Jinwoo. Only worried about his agenda. The 3 he was going to do tomorrow? Damn, is that steep? Nah, he got him. He went high on the offer. Yo? What is that? Oh, he healed him. Yeah. Jinwoo's played this well, right? Obviously someone was gonna see what he's doing as suspicious. But luckily it was this guy and he's played it really well. Yeah, but you know Jinwoo's something special though. Eventually it's gonna get too big for Jinwoo to handle, I think. It just worked out that way, man. True. Hey, big line. Hey, look, well played, Jinwoo. Yeah. It's still a bit of a threat though, hey. We're not gonna stop here, are we? Right, we'll keep an eye on this guy then in the future, I guess. Well, where are we going? That's not the episode, is it? Man, we got so much, but so little. So I imagine it seems based off that where he's going. Job change quest, I have no idea. Some really good stuff in this episode though. Alright, so I did spend enough time, I think, earlier on talking about that opening scene, but I will go back and revisit it to make sure I didn't miss anything vital. I'm not going to put it past Woo to think that Jinwoo could still have something to do with what's been going on. I imagine he's still suspicious of the fact that maybe Song, paired with Juhi's buffs, could take down Kang, but I don't believe he's completely dismissing Jinwoo as a possibility for being involved in taking out Kang. But he does warn Jinwoo. He is a homie. I do think he's a good guy, but we're kind of led to believe that he's going to be one of the main ones, like looking into Jinwoo's situation going forward. But he does warn Jinwoo that Dong-soo, the S rank hunter, is out there looking for him and Jinho as the only survivors. It doesn't matter what happened in the dungeon. This is the way that Dong-soo is looking at it. He's looking for you guys. He's probably going to kill you. And he says, look, if you want to live a long life, I'd take your family and just leave. Like actually looking out for Jinwoo in this situation, which is really cool. And the tone for the S ranks are really being set here. The only ones we've really seen are Cha and Baek, and I'm assuming that Choi is S rank as well. But a very different light being shed around Dong-su here. Wu mentions, you know, S ranks have the ability to bring out miracles or calamities, and I imagine Dong-su is looking for a bit of a calamity here. And now I believe when Jinwoo looks down at the Essence Stone from Juhi and says, that's another reason to get stronger so I survive, it's not just the Hell's Demon Castle situation that he's going in there to get the Elixir of Life, it's also Dong-su now as well. And Jinwoo does mention after a bunch of levels he gets this episode, he believes he's somewhere between B and A rank. So still not even close to being on that level of S rank. So like I was thinking, we are slowing down in progression a bit, but we have come a long way. We have to remember, Jinwoo was on the very bottom. And now we get to see Jinwoo and Jinho going through all these dungeons together. And this was a really cool sequence. I really liked the montage of them going through together. Jinho's mining all the mana crystals while Jinwoo defeats all the monsters. And Jinwoo has set up a strike team, and just like we were able to assume, it was a bunch of people that weren't going to go into the dungeon with them so they don't see what's going on. And we know Jinwoo is very knowledgeable with the law and drawing up all these contracts and whatnot, so he's made it so they're getting paid a lot, and they're getting paid even more to keep quiet about this. Or I think rather, if they did talk about it, they would have to pay, I think, triple what they're getting paid or something. So it's all been set up quite nicely. Most of these people seem pretty happy to be part of the strike team, just getting paid to hang out, except for maybe Song Yi. Now this is Gina's classmate we got introduced to earlier on in the show, and she did make a comment about Jinwoo. I think Gina was talking about Jinwoo and his struggles as an E rank, and Song Yi was saying, oh look, I think I could do a better job. And it does seem like she's E rank as well. I'm not sure if she knows this is Jinwoo. We've already had this instance with Kang where he didn't recognize Jinwoo because he's changed so much. At this point, I honestly don't know. If Song Yi does know that this is Jinwoo, she might be feeling a little bit silly that she felt like she could do so much more than Jinwoo, but just him and Jinho are going into these C rank gates and clearing them easily by themselves. Maybe she feels like she underestimated them. She is quite young. They said she's still in high school, so maybe she's just a bit naive, or maybe she's just completely unaware of the situation and she's really just trying to find a way to prove herself, but she's not even allowed to go into these gates. It's really interesting, but a lot of emphasis put on her here, and obviously none of the other members of the strike team. I think they're all just filling the spaces. So Jinwoo has the stealth skill now, which is really cool. He got a stone, like, and he crushed it, and that's how he got the skill, and he got the stone from when he defeated Kang. So I'd love to see him get more techniques this way. Maybe when he eventually has to fight Dong-su, the same thing will happen. Maybe he'll get a technique from him as well. That's really exciting to think about. But the montage was really cool, really nice track playing over it. Really nice to actually see Jinwoo and Jinho actually like spending time together. Jinho really sees Jinwoo as his boss. You know, I believe Jinho is the captain of this team, but Jinwoo is the guy, and Jinho shows him a lot of respect. But we see some new skills that Jinwoo has got: Fatal Strike and Advanced Dagger Wielding. Now I believe the latter there is simply just to do with him being more proficient in wielding daggers. That seems to be his thing, which I like. Fatal Strike, I believe that might be the thing that he really briefly used after unlocking Dash level 2. Like a really quick, like, triple strike kind of thing. It looked really cool. But also on that note, the Dash leveling up, I have obviously noticed, and I've talked about all these skills being level 1, implying that he can improve them and level them up. And he finally leveled up Dash. I'm glad they're actually addressing like every single point to do with all of these attributes and these skills, showing the progression. It's really exciting. Right, I've got a little bit of a pause on the screen here on the Advanced Dagger Wielding. Unfortunately, I can't really see anything about a Fatal Strike. It does say 4 daggers only, and so does Advanced Dagger Wielding, obviously. It's a 33% additional damage buff, and we can see the description for the stealth skill as well. Temporarily erases appearances, traces, and then we can't see the rest of it. Mana 200 per second. He does mention that he is struggling with mana and he wants to do something about that to maybe use these skills for longer. Oh, I have found a screen with Fatal Strike on it. It's critical chance, I believe, critical hit, something like that, but it's cool that he's getting more skills. I wonder how many he might end up with once all of this is actually over. But he's leveling up and he's considering going to the Demon Castle. Definitely seems pretty premature considering he rates himself somewhere between A and B, so I think he has a long way to go. Like I said a while ago, maybe the Demon Castle is something that lingers for a while. There are a lot of other plot points going on at the same time. I really like that they've introduced the Demon Castle. It's this big S rank thing. But we've also got Dong-su out there as well. He's an S rank hunter who's also after Jinwoo. So 2 different like S rank things kind of hanging over there for Jinwoo right now. Right, and now to Manager An, I believe his name was. So he works for the White Tiger Guild, and I believe that's Bayek's guild. Note that Bayek is a part of, and Choi's guild is the Hunters Guild. If I'm wrong on that, my apologies. But like I was saying during the episode, obviously obviously this whole thing wasn't going to stay quiet. What Jinwoo's doing, someone was gonna notice, which is exactly what happened. They see that all the C rank guilds are pretty much being held by Jinho and his strike team, you know, and the only issue for that is it's affecting the guild being able to develop their hunters by not being able to use the C rank gates. And when An sees Jinwoo's name as part of the strike team, then he starts to get suspicious. So he is aware of the fact that Jinwoo's been a part of 3 pretty much disastrous level events, and he's survived all 3 of them: the double dungeon, the incident in the gate with the other hunters, and Kang as well. So Jinwoo's been the common factor, lots of deaths in all of those, and Jinwoo has always survived. So he's getting really curious about Jinwoo, and just like everyone else has thought, he believes that Jinwoo has had a second awakening, which is the obvious conclusion to come to with all the knowledge that the hunters have at this point. No one knows that the system or this player thing exists except for Jinwoo. And An is a scout, right, for the White Tiger Guild, so he hears that Jinwoo has been a common factor in all these big events. He might have had a second awakening. I need to go and check this out. So they go and check out one of the C rank gates that they're currently raiding, and he finds that the rest of the strike team is just waiting outside. He's talking to Song Yi, and he kind of gets a few little details about that, and then he's standing outside while Jinwoo and Jinho are talking about those 3 gates that they were supposed to do the next day. So he was listening in and he wanted to find a way to talk to Jinwoo. So I'm going to leave Choi's dream here for last in the discussion. It was really interesting, and I'm going to go back through it slowly and really see what I can take from it. So I'll finish the rest of the episode first. So An is pretty much just looking at Jinwoo as like a prospect for the guild, right? He wants to get this new guy in, a very promising rookie, he says. It's just like, imagine like a basketball scout going to like a high school game and seeing this kid like dropping 60 points or something, be like, damn, we need to get this kid early. That's exactly what they're trying to do with Jinwoo. He's still seeing him as an E rank hunter. Maybe he thinks Jinwoo doesn't even know that he's reawoken, but he gives Jinwoo what he thinks is a really big offer. But An has no idea how much Jinho is actually paying Jinwoo. It's a lot more than he thought, and Jinwoo pretty much like ends the conversation there, saying, look, I'm getting paid so much. You clearly don't have the means to try and recruit me right now. I'm getting paid enough. I'm getting my levels. I'm good. And he gets behind An and he's in the stealth, and An is able to recognize that it's the stealth technique straight away. And now he's thinking that Jinwoo is even more valuable because he's reawakened and he has the stealth skill. Obviously he's wrong about the reawakening, but from An's point of view, you can really understand it. But Jinwoo is pretty much threatening An here. Like, how did you find out about this stuff? Where did you learn from? How many people know what you know about this? Because I want it to stay on the down low. You cannot buy me out right now, and I am so strong I can easily threaten you with your life. But An is smart enough to realize that, you know, he needs to chill out a little bit with this whole situation, not get too invested straight away. So he says, yes, I was just curious about who was taking all the C rank gates. It's just me and one of my colleagues that know. And Jinwoo's like, all right, I think that's enough. I can offer you the rights for 3 of our gates. And it was the 3 gates that Jinwoo was talking to Jinho about for the next day, I believe. And Jinwoo maybe wanted to hold on to them for a little while because he had something to do the next day. And what was it he had to do? Well, he got a notification from the system that the player has reached the required level. The required level for what? Is there something now that Jinwoo was capable of that he wasn't before? Now he's reached a certain level that the system wants him to go and do. And at the end of the episode, I think that's where he's going, right? No idea what it could be. Maybe something to do with Juhee or Dong-soo. I really have no idea. Those are the only things I can think of, but it's really interesting. It's really got me excited for the next episode. But he manages to get An to spend, I think 200 million it was, each on these C rank gates. So what ended up happening was there were a lot more C rank gates available than just the 3 that Jinwoo and his team had. And I think An just didn't know any better, so he felt like he had to buy them. But they weren't going to use them anyway because Jinwoo wanted the day off. So Jinwoo just stays winning in this whole instance. He's pretty much threatened An to stay quiet, and he scammed him out of $200 million. So he's just winning. All right, so I'm going to go through this Choi dream now. I'm really excited about this. There was lots of fire and flames. I almost felt like the show changed over. It just came out of nowhere, but I believe Choi uses fire, right? But we know Choi is very interested in this island. He wants to clear it. He was talking about Baek, about them leaving something there or someone. So I'm going to see what I can take away from this scene. So there's all these flames going on, and you can see faces, right? And people in the flames. It starts off as one, and then there's multiple. Maybe Choi has accidentally killed people, I don't know. And then we get the big ants that we know were on the island. There's still all this fire going on, and I'm 99% sure that this is Choi, who is pictured here facing this massive wall of fire and ants. And there's another shot, it's the same glasses, the character has a watch, and when it shows Choi later, he also has a watch, and some person like comes out of the flames and it looks like they're in a bad way, and like they reach out and then like something like snaps. I'm like, is this person dead? Who is this person? Is it that hunter or that other person that he was referring to Baek to the other episode? It's really interesting. I don't think I can take much more from that at this point, but this whole Jeju Island situation is incredibly interesting to me, and I'm also really interested if this is something that is going to somehow intersect with what Jinwoo is doing, and Jinwoo gets involved in this as well. I think that would be really cool. Maybe Jinwoo becomes really renowned somehow and he gets recruited by Choi for this as well. But Choi does have an operations plan that says top secret, the reconnaissance mission of Jeju Island. So that's happening in the background. This whole Dong-su thing is happening in the background. We've got a couple different parties potentially investigating what's happening with Jinwoo. And there's the S-rank dungeon that Jinwoo has to conquer as well whilst he's leveling up. So many things going on. I really hope we address as many of them as we can in this season. I have no idea how long this season is going to be, but it's doing some really good things. This is such a fantastic spot to be in with all these questions, all these possibilities. It's a really good place to be. And I will touch on briefly Joo-hee as well at the end here. I talked about it a lot at the start after the scene, but that's something that caught me completely off guard. She did decide to go back home. Her mother had called her a couple of episodes ago to say, look, if you're struggling, you can come home and help with the business. I don't know where home is. It's clearly not near where they are, but I think she's decided that enough is enough. You know, she can't deal with, you know, the stress and all the dangers of being a hunter. She is a B rank healer. She said she should be doing these B rank and A rank missions, but she's purposefully choosing the lower rank ones. I imagine because they're much easier for her to survive, they're less stressful, and it was how she met Jinwoo. And the way she talks about Jinwoo, you can only draw attention to it, you know. At first, she felt it annoying, she had to heal him all the time, but she draws attention to how she could always see the vitality in his eyes and how much Jinwoo has now changed, and in the same amount of time, she feels like she hasn't changed at all. So she's thinking like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. I think I need to go away. Here's the Essence Stone back. And that kind of made me sad because I really thought there might be something there. But Jinwoo, he plays it really cool. It was a really nice interaction. He says, look, if I ever do see you again, that's when we'll go out and I'll give this back. So that was really nice. I would love to see that happen at some point in the future, but that might be it for now for Joo-hee. I think she's played a pretty important role. It kind of in the background a little bit. I think Jinwoo had much more of an impact on Joo-hee than Joo-hee did on Jinwoo, but we'll see. I'm sure we'll see her again at some point in the future. But I think that's it. Another little cliffhanger situation. I'm really curious to see what this job change quest is going to be, where Jinwoo is going with that. So I'm really looking forward to that next week. But with all that being said, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this and for other shows as well. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know I always appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next episode of Solo Leveling.